Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here, and today I have made the commute from Carolina Beach, North Carolina, down here to Myrtle Beach, and we are going to start a little adventure today here on the Boardwalk area here in Myrtle Beach. I got a few memories here. I actually came down here in the mid-90s when I graduated high school for a little event called Senior Week. I don't know if they still do that or not, and but that's kind of what I'm doing here today, is kind of reminisce a little bit. We're actually going to go see the hotel that me and my bros stayed in back in the day, back in the mid-90s. It's still there. It is slated to be demolition pretty soon, I believe. I think it's going to be a little rough for wear. I've not seen it in many years, but I do know it's still there, and but it's on the chopping block. So I'm going to go share some memories about that place and what it was like staying there. You know, I don't know, almost 30 years ago now, man. You're talking about something that makes you feel old. This does, coming down here and looking at this place and sharing a few memories. We're also going to be looking at other retro style hotels here in the area. There's a lot of cool ones that's been around for a lot of years, and maybe one of these days they won't be here no more. So at least we'll have it documented right here that we went and looked at them. I love looking at old school hotels, mom and pop run places. I've showed quite a few up in the Carolina Beach area. So that being said, I guess we're ready to start our vlog today. Let's go look at some retro stuff and have a good time. And at the end of the video, I have a little surprise for you. We're going to go check out this underground tunnel that goes beneath Ocean Boulevard. A lot of people don't know about that tunnel. It's kind of hidden, but if you look for it enough on YouTube, you can find a few videos about it, but a lot of people don't know about it. So it has been flooded in the past, it has been shut down, but I think right now is a good day. It's been really dry here, other than the monsoon rain we had come through last night, but other than that, I think this is an excellent time to go down there. Toward the end of the vlog, we end our vlog with that, but we will find this underground pedestrian tunnel that goes beneath Ocean Boulevard, and I'll show you exactly where it is, what roads to look for and stuff like that. So if you're ready, I know I'm ready, so let's get started and have a good time today. Thanks for joining me for this adventure. Let's get going. Well, first thing we're going to start off with is right here is the wheel. Right here's the sky wheel. Me and my wife actually rode this last year. What a great view you have of the Atlantic Ocean and the surrounding areas up there on that wheel. Really a lot of fun as the birds are flying in from everywhere. That was kind of intense. They actually buzzed the back of my head right there. And right here we are at the Ripley's Illusion Lab. Look at this awesome dinosaur. This T-Rex busting through the wall. He's got some paint cans. He's looking pretty awesome and mean. So right there is the famous Gay Dolphin gift shop. Been around for over 75 years. Always been a mainstay here in Myrtle Beach. And I always loved that they had this like tower right here where you go up into the top of it. It was a nice overview, but unfortunately last year when I was here, it was closed. They would not allow people to go to the top. I'm curious, now is it reopened? It looks like there's been people up there, because I can actually see like some fingerprints up there on the very top of it. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but they have like some plexiglass up there, and it looks like I could see like a little bit of fingerprint action going on. So maybe it's reopened. I know at the time I'm here right now, the Gay Dolphin is not open at this moment today, so I will not be able to try that out. And then right next door we have the arcade. I remember this arcade back when I was down here back in the 90s for Senior Week. I actually went in there and played a few rounds of Mortal Kombat with me and some of my friends. But very interesting, it says arcade, but they're missing the A and the E. So kind of cool. So let's make our way on down here and go check out Peach's Corner and see if Peach's Corner is open today. All right, now I'm down here at the corner of 9th Avenue and Ocean Boulevard, and as you can see, Ripley's, believe it or not. And then right here is the famous Peach's Corner. Been serving out some good food, foot-long hot dogs since 1937. And right next to it is another famous spot. This is called the Bowery. The Bowery's been around for quite a few years too. Has a lot of good entertainment there if you're ever interested, but right now I'm kind of interested in possibly going over here to Peach's Corner and trying a foot-long hot dog. So that might be kind of delicious, so let's give that a try. And here is our beautiful Peach's Corner foot-long hot dog. Look at that, that looks so delicious. We got mustard, a little bit of chili, some onions, and some slaw in there. And then right over here we have some beautiful onion rings, and to go with it, I bought a water today. I like I said, Peach's Corner water, 85 years. And that water is actually from Blue Ridge, Georgia, which Georgia's known for their peaches. So it's very fitting and a cool kind of tie-in to have, you know, a Georgia made in a, you know, a peach state. And this is Peach's Corner, pretty cool. All right there behind me, Peach's Corner. What a awesome hot dog that was. Just ate the foot-long hot dog and some onion rings and some very tasty water. So now we are all fueled up with some calories and ready to move on in that direction and go check out some of these old retro hotels, since we was able to see some iconic places like the Gay Dolphin. And there's nothing more iconic, in my opinion, in Myrtle Beach than Peach's Corner. So now we're going to go see some old, I wouldn't necessarily call these hotels iconic, but definitely retro. So let's begin. I mean, these are pretty cool looking zip line towers they have here. But speaking of retro and thinking of back in the day, this right here was the old pavilion. Used to be a roller coaster out there called the Corkscrew, and another ride that was called the Rainbow. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but that was always a lot of fun to go out there and ride those rides. So I just want to give you a little fun fact. When you're in South Carolina, you're down here in Myrtle Beach and you're a pedestrian, they're walking across on these crosswalks, they have the right of way. I just watched the truck almost hit a couple people down there on Ocean Boulevard, and then the woman in the passenger seat actually had the nerve to say they had the right of way because they had the green light. And I'm like, you need to read the rule book, because pedestrians always have the right of way, especially when the crosswalk is telling them to go. You're supposed to yield to them because they was making a left-hand turn. So wow, I'm telling you, man, you got to be careful, your head on a swivel when you're out here walking around some of these places, because there are people who just do not pay attention at all. So there's a little, I just want everybody to be nice and be safe. Why is it so hard? Everybody just be nice to each other. And here's our first motel we're going to look at, because this is actually a motel, not a hotel. The Blake Motel, which looks very much abandoned now. This here would have been the swimming pool area. And just look at it. This is what I'm talking about. This is like classic mom and pop motels that you used to see all up and down the Carolinas. South Carolina, up in North Carolina. There used to be quite a few of these in Carolina Beach, back in my area. There's still a few left, but not very many. Not a whole lot. And then, believe it or not, right across the street, this place right here is where I stayed during senior week back in the mid-90s when I graduated high school in early June. Me and probably about 8 to 10 of my friends, we all came here and stayed. And we're going to walk over there. This is the one that's going to be, you know, torn down pretty soon, or at least it's on the chopping block. As you can see, it's all boarded up. So let's walk over there and check that out. I'm going to share some stories with you from my stay there, because it was quite an experience even way back then. So let's head across the street. This is 3rd Avenue, and let's go take a look at the Coral Sands Hotel. Take a little ride down memory lane with me. And here we are on the corner of 3rd Avenue and Ocean Boulevard. We have Coral Sands Motel. As you can see, it's all boarded up. I remember coming back here back in those days. We parked right here and we walked in this corner, and this is where the office was at. It was located right here, and this is where we did all of our checking in. And I also remember that back at that time, I'm all blacked out from that palm tree right there, but back at that time, it was pouring down rain. I remember that whole drive from the time we graduated, it was raining. I think North Carolina, South Carolina was just coated in some big storm at that point, because we was kind of bummed. The whole drive down here, none of us in the car at that time had never driven like 250 miles or something before from back home to here. And it was quite an experience to have us young 18-year-olds, you know, headed out to the beach. It was exciting, but at the same time, when we got here, I remember being somewhat bummed, because right here, the road, this was all full of water. And I remember watching the water just rush down in that drain over there, and I'm like, now what? Now what are we gonna do? You know? And once we got checked into this facility, this hotel, then it really even got even worse, because I'm gonna be honest with you, even back in the mid-90s, this place was not very nice. At least when we was here, it was not very nice at all. It was in pretty bad shape. Kind of take a look around this place. Right here on the other side of this wall, if I remember correctly, should be the swimming pool. And right down there is the swimming pool. Funny story about that swimming pool. When we was staying here, we actually stayed in that room right there. That doorway was actually our room. And I remember when we first came here, there was some people down here that we was also staying with. And I remember the guys staying here, which was some Marines. They had their blinds open on their window, and they actually had this big pyramid of beer cans that they had drank, and they put them in this big huge pyramid. And I'm thinking, oh my god, this is going to be a crazy weekend. Like right out of the gate, that was day one I seen that, and I thought, man. And then when we went into our room, it was horrible. I remember going to that room. You had 2 beds, didn't have no refrigerator of any kind. They had 1 bathroom in there, and the bathroom was nasty. I wouldn't even use it. And then another thing, they had an air condition, a window air condition unit, if you remember those. I mean, people still use the window units, but they're not a whole lot. You don't see them much anymore. But back then, this hotel actually had the window unit in it, but it leaned in, so the condensation from the window unit air conditioner actually leaked in on the carpet, and it made it squishy and wet. It was so gross. It smelled like mildew in that room. I'm not kidding. So we had the maintenance guy to come up there. He actually swapped out the window units. The other one actually worked. He did not vacuum up any of the water, and he was a trippy old dude. He walked around and he had on like he had this parrot, like a bird, on his shoulder. He took it with him everywhere, and he was a nice man. He actually grilled out steaks one night right out here in front of the swimming pool, you know, and he just hung out with us, and we all ate steaks that night. No knife, no fork, no nothing. We was like caveman in that stuff. We grabbed the steak. We're out here eating, waving to everybody going by that's cruising and stuff. It was quite the experience. My senior week down here staying at this place, as horrible as it was, I wouldn't trade it for anything, just because it was an experience and it was something to talk about years later with my friends that I came down here with. So really cool to come back down here and see this old place before it gets knocked down. And yeah, a lot of wild memories. We have an overhang right over here I want to show you, and this was really a cool spot, because where our room was located here at the top of the steps, we would come out here on this overhang and whistle at the girls and the other passerbyers down through here and talk to people, because cruising was a big thing back then. Ocean Boulevard, I don't know how it is today, but it was bumper to bumper with teenagers and people in their early 20s that was down here to cruise, and that's just what you did. And just for the heck of it, I'm gonna come right here and sit on these steps right here. And you know why? Because I used to sit right here, and some of my friends, we'd hang out right here, and we'd have our drinks and stuff, and we would be waving to people and talking to people, because the traffic moves so slow. You could sit right here, and the person in front of you would be there for a good few minutes. You know, plenty enough time to ask them where they're from and have a conversation or whatnot. So it was really a different time back in those days. You know, those days are long gone. So I just wanted to stop for a minute and just look at what kind of shape this place is in before they knock it down. Looking pretty bad, actually. A lot worse than I thought it was going to be. But this is it. This is the Coral Sands, and this is where I spent my first Myrtle Beach adventure with my buddies, senior week, back in the mid-90s. So, all right, pretty bad looking. So let's move on from there. The next hotel we're gonna look at, which is just about 2 buildings down from the Coral Sands, is this place, Wayfarer. This is definitely an old spot. And I thought when I first walked down through here, there was another hotel not too far from this one. It was very similar, that was called the Beverly. But I think the Beverly is long gone. I couldn't find anything about it. But this here is the Wayfarer Motel here on Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach. Right there. Very old, retro looking place. But I think it's great. This in here's still open for business. There's actually some people here. Got some people out here in the parking lot, so that's pretty cool. And that's right here located on 4th Avenue in Ocean Boulevard. Right across the street from Holiday Sands North. Pretty tall building. A lot of big skyscrapers here in Myrtle Beach. Huge hotels here. No room for these little mom and pop motels much anymore. Slowly but surely, they're dying away. All right, let's see what else we can look at. Right here we have the Polynesian Oceanfront Hotel located here in Myrtle Beach. And I really like this one because I guess they've upgraded it over the years, maybe, because even though it is an older building, as you can see, the design right here on this wall made for, I think they make it like that where wind can blow through it because it gets so windy. You got hurricanes and things like that. Kind of helps things breathe. But look at this waterfall they got right here. I think that's pretty cool. That's very more of a modern look. They got some kind of a sun tanning deck up here. Very nice. Really cool looking place though. As I'm walking down Ocean Boulevard now, I'm coming across another hotel that's really not on my list to show today, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This place here is called South Seas. And during senior week, a bunch of my friends, mainly females that I went to school with, there was a whole passel of them that piled into this place. And I remember coming down here and visiting them and hanging out with them a little bit in the evenings. And I was kind of jealous that they were staying here and I was staying at Coral Sands, because South Seas Hotel was way nicer. It was clean, it smelled good, and I remember, golly, I gotta stay down there while y'all stay down here. Man, this just ain't right. Right, here's another hotel that looks a little rougher for wear. This is called the Royal Palace Inn and Suites. And they got some caution tape up right there. I don't know what happened here. They got some plywood over there. It's looking a bit dormant. Swimming pool still has water in it, so that's a good sign. But other than that, I don't know. I just thought I would just show you this place. It was kind of neat looking. The Royal Palace. And this property here, it just says Sands on the side of the building. It looks very abandoned, like nothing's really going on here at all. It's on the corner of Ocean Boulevard and 12th Ave, right across from Coral Beach. Very nice looking resort. Kind of walk up here, it looks very like it ain't been open in a while. It's not been swept out here. I don't know, I guess at one time that was a door, right? You know, like now there's nothing here. Yeah, that is so weird. I thought for sure there was going to be a door right here, but it's not. And there's a mattress in there. It's like an old TV. The cover of an air conditioning unit right there in the middle. Another place that's possibly going to be removed from the area. Getting ever so closer to the tunnel. That's what I'm looking forward to. Had to look both ways right here. I want to see that tunnel that goes underneath this main road, the main drag, Ocean Boulevard. I cannot wait to check that out. That's going to be kind of fun. All right, my friends, I've made it down here to Rita's Italian Ice Frozen Custard. And I think I just found our tunnel that goes beneath Ocean Boulevard. And right down here is that tunnel. And I gotta say, it's a little spooky down here. Look at that shark. That's pretty awesome. Look at that. I had no idea this place was here. I have seen pictures since I started researching this where it used to have like painting all on the walls on both sides, but that's all been changed now. But now they have a mural up above you, which I think that's always been there, but they've actually kept that intact. But yeah, a little bit spooky down here. I know in the past this tunnel has flooded, and they do like close it down at times. I came over here to this light where you can actually see my face as I talk to you, but today it seems like it's in really good shape. I think about a year ago or something, I seen somebody had posted a picture of this tunnel, and it was like blocked off, and it was like all water down here on this end. And the ocean side is over here, by the way. So we're actually walking toward the ocean. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. They do have security cameras up here, which is good, because this would be a place I would be kind of hesitant to come, you know, late at night. Because Myrtle Beach has been known for a little crime here and there. But this is it. And right there is the exit out on the other side of the street. Kind of what it looks like. Got a little bit of graffiti on the wall. All right, we're gonna walk up out of here and show you where we come out on the other side. And there we come, up and out of the depths. Right down there it is. And right here you are on the opposite side of Ocean Boulevard. Right here on the corner of 13th Avenue and Ocean Boulevard is where you come out of. And right over there is Rita's Italian ice frozen custard shop. And now I'm over here on the corner of 15th Avenue, Ocean Boulevard. We got Summer Sands. Look at that cool looking motel sign. It's really old school and awesome. But that's not what I'm here for today. We are actually here to see this place. It's right here behind me. This is called the Waikiki Village here in Myrtle Beach. Hawaiian themed. And look at the building we got right here, the theming to it. That's an awesome roof. Looks really cool. I know back in the day this must have been pretty fancy looking. You know, a lot of hotels back in, you know, the 70s and 60s, you know, they didn't theme a whole lot. So this place right here was actually themed up pretty nicely. Let's go over here and check out the swimming pool. And I do want to give a shout out and some props to a video or a YouTuber that I've been watching to kind of learn a little bit about this stuff and find some of these places. It's a guy named, I think it was Retro Myrtle Beach guy. I'll put a link in the description below to his channel. Go check him out. But he seems to be very knowledgeable about a lot of this stuff here in the area. So I definitely want to give credit for credit is due, for sure. But this is a really nice looking place, and it looks like it's still well kept throughout the years. The water looks really tempting, but it is pretty chilly. Pretty cold out here today. Hitchhiking Yeti is like, nah, I ain't getting in no water, that's for sure. There ain't nobody in no water today. So that being said, friends, I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching the vlog today. I hope you enjoyed a kind of an iconic / retro look at some of these places here in downtown Myrtle Beach. And that'll be that. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like today's content, please give it a thumbs up. Put some comments down below if you stayed at any of these places or you have any stories about some of these spots. I shared my story with you about the Coral Sands and staying there senior week back in the mid-90s. So yeah, I love listening to other people's stories and their experiences and stuff like that, especially back in the day. It's always a lot of fun. So that being said, I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe, and I hope to see you again soon. So long, my friends. It's time to go home.